Hello and good morning. Happy Saturday. Hope you're all having a wonderful, wonderful day. I look like a gremlin on this camera right now, and that's okay. That's okay. We're doing our best. Good morning, Heather. Welcome in. How are you doing today? Also, if you're joining in, let me know what you're going to be working on today. I am deep into the revision trenches. Things are not going well, but we're going to talk about it because this time change took me out. I don't know if it took any of y'all out this past week, but it did in fact kick me upside the head without warning. Hello, Marlon. Hello, Meg. Welcome in. Marlon's in the middle of editing a vlog. Great timing. Welcome in. So happy to have you here. We're going to be doing some revisions today. And boy, oh boy, do I have a story to tell you guys once we really get into this. I'm going to give just a few more minutes for people to join and get in here because we really do have a what do we call this? A not a revenge arc. I guess a comeback story, a good comeback story for the week. So, yeah, and it's all writing related, of course, of course. Also, deep in the revision trenches, but our time change in the UK hasn't happened yet, so you're good. Man, the time change really took me out. But it's one of those things though where it's like I don't mind it as much because while Duchess has big feelings. Everyone say hi, Duchess, in the chat. We have cat emojis, and there is a honey somewhere. You just can't see her because she's the reason that Duchess is yelling, but it's fine. Doing a final read through before I send my book to a proofreader. Meg, that is so exciting. I am so happy for you. That's so fun. Do you have like a deadline that you're like working towards, or is it just kind of like when you get it done, that's when you're sending it? Do tell me more. That's so fun. Now that I'm just curious because now that I'm on my first deadline of, I guess, terms and conditions, this is the first time someone else is going to have their hand on the manuscript. So, well, other than I've gotten feedback from beta readers, but this is the first time someone else is going to be adding like revisions to it. So I'm very excited, also very nervous, but we're gonna make it. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna let this cat out of here because she is having a hissy fit. I will be right back, friends. You antagonizing her. All right. Duchess has been taken care of, everyone. Do not worry. Why is this so low? Well, now it's too high. It's fine. We're still learning the mic arm, how to do that, how to make that a thing. But we're getting it together. Did everyone have a good week? Do tell me in the chat. Working on the first draft of community service. Yeah, bye Duchess. She had to go. She was having a moment. Taking one sprint to write my midpoint chapter and the other to study for your exams. We love a little balance. What's your deadline for handing over the book, Cody? I am sending it to my. Hold on, let me pull up my Notion calendar. Let me make sure I have this. Make sure I'm not telling any lies to anyone. Okay. For any Apple people in the chat that use one of these kind of like mice, like the little magic mouse that like for the iMac or for like a desktop, or if you just use one that's paired with your laptop, for some reason, all of a sudden it stopped working on a mouse pad. But if I use it on my desk, it works perfectly fine. But the problem with that is whenever I use it on my desk, you can like probably hear it scratching all over the place. And so what's up with that? Does anyone know anything about Apple things? I would love to know. Okay, back to this Notion. Well, I guess this is good that I have this pulled up because I can use this as part of my presentation, I suppose, for my comeback story. Okay, hold on. I'm going to get rid of the chat on screen so I can do other things like add. Okay, we're only going to have to do this for a second, I suppose. Okay, there we go. Okay, so now we're all looking at my Notion calendar that I created, right? So you see those free days from last week that were interdispersed on the 8th and the 10th. Well, that's it's sort of true, but so the real tea is you see that Saturday that I was with all of you and I did not do chapter 19. I think I finished chapter 18. So chapter 19 wasn't even a part of this. So we can't even count Saturday's chapter, right? So from Saturday through about Thursday, I had used up every single one of my free days, right? So and that's only because with the rain, we had rain every single day for like 3 days, and that was directly following the time change. So not only was I hit, with the 1-2 from losing an hour of sleep, but I didn't even get to enjoy the extra hour of sunlight because it was constantly raining. So my my spoons were non-existent for anything. So we did not write. We did not look at our book. We didn't think about it. We didn't touch it. We didn't even consider it. We just played Pocopia and curled into a ball and lived our best lives. So that is how my week went. But friends, when I tell you the sun came out on Thursday, it came out on Thursday, the 12th. And when I tell you I felt like a whole brand new person that day, I felt like a changed woman. I really did. And when I tell you that I was in my office, it was probably like noon. I had just finished up my lunch and I was like, you know what? I kind of want to write. And so, you know what? I did. And so I did 2 chapters on Thursday, which I was like, "Oh, heck yeah." We did our one for today and we earned ourselves a free day back, right? Well, then yesterday, the 13th, a lot happened. I think I did 4 chapters question mark yesterday, which was kind of insane of me to do, but I kind of did this thing where I did the one that I was supposed to do. Well, no, actually I was avoiding chapter 20. That's the one I was supposed to do. And I've been avoiding it because it's the longest chapter. But as you can see, I have it on my calendar for today. That's what I'm going to be working on during these 2 streams. If I can finish chapter 20, my stretch goal is to do 20 and 22 because the reason like I have 2 on one day and 2 on another day, it's because I myself or nor my betas really had any big like developmental notes. They might have had a couple like line edits, but they didn't have any like any developmental. And I'm currently working on the last developmental before I send it to my line editor to start working on line edits and locking in any final little developmental details that maybe betas or myself might have missed. So yeah, this is what we've got, friends. So I really did lock in yesterday. I don't know how. Maybe it was just my Concerta and my coffee all like Mermaid Man, Barnacle Boy united in my brain, but that's what happened. And now, as you can see, with the current schedule that we have, I still have 1, 2, 3, 4 days. So basically, I had used up all my days and I earned 4 of them back. So we're taking that as a win. We are taking that as a win. So that is my lovely little story of triumph. Thank you so much for for listening. And I think I can close this one now. Question mark. Oh, nope. I stopped the other one. There we go. But anyways, that is the story of my week. I hope you all survived your weeks as well. Let me catch up on chat because I'm so behind. And also, I think I saw some questions, so I am going to star those and we're going to come back to those. Don't you worry. Okay. Let's see. I think this is where this is where I fell off was the deadline. And then we really locked in on the calendar. That was my type A part of my life. We had a whole contemplation over this past week, but it's fine. We circled back. We did a wrap around, and we're back. As for the weekend, so I'm trying to finish up today. 11 chapters left. Meg, that is so exciting. I promised my draft 2 of Rules of Survival to my CPs for June. It just didn't specify if start or end of June. See, that's smart because you basically give yourself an extra month of like insurance in case in case something goes wrong. Awfully awry, if you will. Yes, I do. Graphic designer, can you check there's no dust by blowing some air in the thingy at the yeah. Yeah. That was very helpful, Malin. Thank you. I will try that after stream. Very technical terms here. But I don't have see any dust. I mean, if there ever is like a little hair or something caught in there. Hold on, let me mute y'all real quick. Like it moves. It's just I don't know. It's not as responsive as it is on my desk, which I want it to be as responsive as it is on my desk as it is on the mouse pad. Who knows? Hello, JK Limbo. Welcome in. We're doing so well. You're revising your Pastry Chef Rivals novel. Love to see it. We love some sugar and spice. Kylie's got a question. What is the book that made you want to be a writer? Ooh. I think, I mean, we're going to go real back. The first book that made me want to be a reader was the Spiderwick Chronicles, which led me to finding a series of unfortunate events, which is the book that kind of made me want to be a writer because I don't know. There was something about the way that like with Lemony Snicket, his voice the voice of the narrator was always so just like snarky and just like it was very very voicey and I loved that. And it was very much like a you really don't want to read this book and it was very much like kind of toying with that psychology of like us doing something that against what we're told because it's just kind of like in our nature to rebuttal and be like, oh, you're telling me not to read this, well I'm going to read an entire 13 book series, Lemony Snicket, you know. And so I don't know, it was just something about the whimsy and but also like the real life, the heaviness of reality mixed with the whimsy of these characters that he created. I just something about that. It just was a formula that I was like, I want that. I need to do something like that. I love this. So that is kind of where mine is. But I'd love to hear any of y'all's if you have any that you'd like to share because we do have about 4 minutes before we get started on our first sprint. And then Paladina's working on a sci-fi novel. Back to locking in. Yes, sugar and spice. We'd love to see it. Choosing his outfit for his first date with the MMC and also reminisces about playing the piano. We love to see it. Hello, hello. Welcome in. No, but for real, there must be an astrological phenomenon because yesterday at work I was a machine. Okay, maybe it was. Are we finally getting out of this Mercury in the microwave thing? I hope so. Because I heard that this year was supposed to be good for Aries, and so far it has been not that. So maybe it's finally time. Maybe everything's clicking into place and the stars are aligning. That's all we can really hope for. Been between 5 and 10 chapters left for Sugar and Spice, hoping to finish it all by the end of this month. That's so exciting. Or next month. Or May. We have options. Hello, Dami. Welcome in. So glad to see you. Tackle hugs. We love to see it. Yes, exactly. Two glorious classics. I was like, because whenever I was a kid and I first read Spiderwick Chronicles, I was like, how do I get this goblin to spit in my eye so that I can see this world that no one else can see? Like, I need that. And then I was hooked ever since. Gotcha, gotcha. Your brain is tired. I get it. I get it. That is why we have all gathered here today. We are all just tired people trying to write books through our tired brains. So welcome. You're amongst friends here. But as far so I've given you my writing update. I have just going to be so honest. There's not a reading update. I'm still reading Dungeon Crawler Curl technically, though I don't think I've actually read another chapter since I last spoke to you guys. So yeah, but all of that was a part of the. If I wasn't writing, definitely wasn't reading, and I just wasn't doing anything with that part of my brain. I was ditto blocking, heal the world, save the Pokemon, and that was my mission last week. That was my mission, and I'd say mission accomplished. Ooh, French fantasy series with a girl who steps into another world. Love to see it. We love it. So it's like French Alice in Wonderland. Man, wait a minute. I just unlocked a memory. Did y'all ever play Elmo Through the Looking Glass? Oh, that just unlocked a memory for me, man. I used to play that game on the computer, and it was like inspired by Alice in Wonderland and all of that stuff, but it was Elmo. And man, I played the heck out of that game. Did anyone else play play Elmo Through the Looking Glass? Do sound off below. Oh, hi, Katie. You came at a lovely time. we're talking about Elmo. Um, okay, Alice in Wonderland meets Lord of the Rings. Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense. I kind of get that vibe for sure, especially with I'm not. You know what? I'm not. I was going to try to pronounce it. Is it Llewellyn? Llewellyn's Quest. I need to know more about this game. I've never heard of it. I played it so much as a kid. Oh, but Italian. Llewellyn is Mr. Worldwide. We love to see it. I need to know more about the game. I can't. I couldn't. I'm trying to really recall like some of the gameplay of it all, but I know there was a Queen of Hearts thing. I know that world existed, and I want to say there was something about goats that you had to get up a mountain. But those are the only memories that I have. So that's all you have to go on. Good luck. Go forth and prosper and find this game for all of us. Did you know they made an animated show that came out last month for the first book? I did not. That's so cool. We love a nostalgic moment. We really do. We really do. Okay, divas and dolls, the time has come for you to lip sync for your life. But here's the thing I got to reshare my focus. Hold on. So now the time has come for you to lip sync for your life. What the heck is Elmo Through the Looking Glass, and why did y'all hide that from me? That is so funny. I'm saying I had a blast, and I need y'all to lock in on that. Okay, but actually don't, because we're not locking in on Elmo Through the Looking Glass. We are locking in on our writing. That's what we're here to do. I believe in all of us. You mean in the revision stream? I gotta revise, girl. You and me, I feel that. I feel that in the pit of my stomach because chapter 20, I've been avoiding her. If you go back later in the recording of this stream and you see me explain my Notion calendar, girl, the way that I've been doing any other chapter except for chapter 20. So I get it. I get it. Yep. Katie, it's time. The time has come. I'm so sorry. But also, like, I'm struggling too. Like, I'm here with all of you. We're doing this together because we're stronger together, you know? I believe in all of us. Oh, snap. Deadline is Monday. Okay, Katie, we're locking in. We are locking in. Imagine writing during writing a stream. Y'all quit saying funny things and distracting me. Okay, for real. 40 minutes is on the clock. Best of luck and happy writing. Okay, that was the first sprint. How did you do? I got through. Hmm. How many words is this? I got through about 722 words. So, not bad. And I just keep adding to this chapter, even though it's already the biggest chapter in this freaking book. I'm somehow adding to it. Why? I don't know. Maybe this chapter will eventually become 2 chapters. Time will tell. Let's see. Oh, hi, Charlie. Thanks for popping in to say hello. So happy to see you here today. This one piece of hair. There we go. Get up there. The way I was looking around my room, like, what the heck is that sound? Who changed the doorbell ringtone? It was me, Dami. I changed your doorbell ringtone. I hope you like it because I made it just for you and your doorbell. So there's that. 559 words. I'm happy with that. How did everyone else do? So good job, Heather. I have coffee and puppies with one laying on my lap and making it hard to do anything productive. Those babies, they'll get you. Is my baby in here still? Oh, she is. She's back here licking the air vent because she does that. Honey, what are you doing? Do you want to say hey to your friends, to your fans? Okay. Hold on, everybody. Give me 1 second. You want to say hi to your friends? Yeah, she does. Oh, everyone. Honey is here to join us. Come. Ugh. Honey, do you have anything you'd like to say? Do you have anything you'd like to add to the conversation? She does not. But she's happy to be here. She says hi to everyone. So you ready? Say hi. Hi. Okay. Goodness gracious. Took a leap of faith right out of my arms. Yes, sometimes we just got to move in silence. Exactly. Okay. Back up here. Hey, the doc opened, and we finally closed Twitter. That's an important first step. That is an important first step, truly, or really any social media. That's the bane of my existence. Usually for me, it's Instagram Reels. I need to get off Instagram Reels and be like, Cody, write your freaking book, please. Thank you. 217, that sprint, getting off to a good start with this chapter. Very nice. Oh my gosh, 3 a.m. in Australia. Only did 200 words. Aisha, you need to go to bed. Or like, did you just wake up at 3 a.m.? Good morning. Either way. Coffee and puppies. Don't we all? I do have coffee. It's right here. This is my giant iced coffee that I drink every day. But it's like probably 40% coffee. No, that's a lie. It's probably like 60% coffee, 40% protein shake. So, and it's also ice, so that takes up room as well. So, in my mind, it equates to like 2 cups of coffee. And I just do that daily because it's my life source. And then I do one Diet Coke, or fridge cigarette, whichever you want to call it. Yeah, honey girl, what is going on? The very last section. You're so close to the end. That's amazing. You're definitely going to finish that on stream if you're not finishing it literally right now. So go slay. Yes, we had the honey girl in here. She said hello to all of her friends. Yes, wise honey. Meg got through a chapter. Very nice. Ian says hi, honey. She does not care now. She has gone to sleep. She has she's like, I have done what I needed to do. So that's it. That's the tea. Yeah. Oh my gosh, honey, you're getting all the love and you're literally not even here to look at it. That's crazy. Got through a chapter in half is what I was trying to type. Okay, nice. Even better. The only social media I'm allowing myself to have during my revision deadline for sports things, and I do spend less time on it than scrolly apps. See, yeah, I just don't ever use Twitter anymore. I never really used Twitter. I don't know. I never really understood it, but I support all of my Twitter people, you know? I've usually only ever stuck to Facebook, Instagram. I was a Snapchat girly for a little while, but people were getting mad at me for losing streaks, and I just did not need that kind of pressure on my life, so I deleted it. Yeah, Facebook Reels, YouTube Shorts gets me every time for sure. Oh yeah, also YouTube. I spend an ungodly amount of time on YouTube, but you already knew that. So finished eating my breakfast while read through what I'd already written in the chapter and added 150 words. Nice. Now to study. Bummer, but hey, you still got some good work done, which is important work. You're doing important work things. Okay, now that I've caught up on chat, I had a little question. What kind of support slash device do you use for outlining a novel? Pen and paper or a writing software like Google Docs, index cards? Great question, Paladina. And also, chat. I would love it if you would also sound off in the chat. Let me know how you also outline because I would love to know. Also, okay, but YouTube doesn't count. Please, God, tell me it doesn't count as social media. I can't lose her too. See, I don't know. YouTube for me is kind of like it's like my podcast. It's like usually it's something that I'm just like listening to while I'm doing something else. So I don't really count it as social media. But I mean, also it kind of like probably is because I do spend a lot of time watching lots of videos because I got lots of friends on here that I want to like watch their videos and support them, you know? Yes. It's enrichment time. That's where we go for our enrichment. Exactly. So it's like a sweet treat at the end of a long day. That's what YouTube is for us. It's our sweet treat. And everyone deserves a sweet treat. So I'm gonna count it YouTube as my constant daily sweet treat. That I'm just allowed to have that because I existed today, you know? Bluebird of happiness. Ooh, I don't know what that is. The blue bird of happiness. And I promise we're gonna get back to that outlining question. We just had to take a sidetrack. Oh. Oh, it's a song. A widespread cultural symbol of cheer, hope, and prosperity, famously embodied by the handcrafted glass birds produced by Terra Studios in Arkansas since 1982. Often used as a token of joy or a sentimental gift, it represents a message of peace and a sunshiny outlook. Okay, Encyclopedia of Arkansas, they better work. Love. Okay, back to outlining question. For outlining, I use lots of Google Sheets and index cards depending on the book. I was outlining a series of 4 books within the same year and I had to use index cards to see it. I feel that. I feel that. I'm just going to be sharing all my little Notion things with y'all because why not? Or wait, is that on Milanote? It might be on Milanote. Yeah, I think that's where I did it. It wasn't on Notion. Oh, I'm not logged in. What do you? Oh, never mind. Yes, I am. We're fine. We're fine. We're fine. Okay. Everyone, calm down. Okay, let me see what I can show you of this without being like a crazy spoiler. Bum, 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 bum. Okay. I need to hide some of this. Sorry. Ay, ay, ay. Mm-mm-mm-mm. No one's gonna know about this anyway. It's fine. It's fine. The only way anyone's gonna know is if any of you tell. And I know no one in this chat is a narc. Okay. So no one in the chat narc. Okay. Promise. Everyone, pinky promise in the chat. Okay. Let me get it pulled up here. Okay. I'm trying to find the best way to share my screen while also being able to like actually functionally use it so I can like see what I'm showing you and make sure it's not going cray cray in a wild way, you know? Can I do this? I think I can. Okay, everybody. I think we got it. We got it on and popping. So now I just need to share it. Okay. I'm gonna hide this so we can all see here, and also this little ticker. Okay, so this is what I kind of did. Now, let me tell you something. It all started with me doing literally like the save the cat, which I have like in a Google Doc, and it's literally like a bullet point list where I have a bullet for each moment of save the cat, and then that's kind of I would tell myself a very short version of the story, and I would slowly like literally expand every time I went through it. And so it started off with Save the Cat, and then I went to it was like the 27 chapter 3 act 9 block, whatever it is, the one that like Katie did on YouTube. Did that, and then that just kind of sort of expanded into, once I knew like the full overarching picture, I started to really like outline and brainstorm the characters in the world, right? So I have like my character map that I made showing like the connection of my characters that we see in the story, you know, the gods of like their lineage that they're like, you know, sort of connected to, and then all of them connected to the one ruling goddess Genedea. So I kind of have like a lineage map for my core 5 characters, which this character you don't even meet until book 2. So, you know, that's like a fun little Easter egg that you get just for being here in this live stream. So out of this, then for my actual trials, I wanted to sort of map out the lineage of each one and like if any important things happen there. So I did how are they created, little section here, and then I have a little blurb for each trial, and then the final tomb at the end. And so there's all of that. I'm not going to stay on this page for too long, but obviously I love me some color coordination. Okay. We love a color coordinated situation moment. So, but anyway, that was how I did that little part of my mapping. And then what did I do in here? LOL. I started to make a magic system page and did not finish it. But these are the 3 questions that I wanted to answer about my magic system. Like, what does it look like when it's working? What does it look like when it's breaking? And then what does it look like once it's broken? So, you know, that's kind of like what I'm doing with that. And then for the actual outline, this is kind of what I did. I had things I wanted to set up in each act, and then I have my actual scene map for act 1. So it's like these are all the scene or chapters technically that take place in act 1. And so obviously it's color coordinated because I like bright colors. They make me happy and they make me want to look at things because I don't like to look at things that are gray and sad. So, but yeah, I did this for each act, and that was pretty much my outlining process. Oh, and I did my last 100 years Like this is 100 years prior to the start of the story. Like this is where the story starts. I had a whole like background timeline of like what gods they're connected to. That's important based on the color of the card, and had that. I forgot I did that. Wow, I did a lot of lore for this book. What else did I do? Yeah, this is my Act Two scene map, which ended up just kind of being a bullet point list, and then Act Three, I just ended up doing out of the actual thing. But yeah, that is how I basically outlined Project Purple. Was with Milanote and a lot of fun, colorful notes. Hope that was helpful in some way. But we have, I think, just reached our moment of yap time being over. Sign my NDA. I love it. Outline mostly in Notion nowadays. Like to switch to handwritten cards. Very nice. One column. Save the cat structure. And yep. Pinky promise. Oh, Natalie, hello. Welcome in. Hi, bestie. Told my cat will tell the world. Oh no. The secret's out forever. Oh, I thought yes. Getting all the fun little secrets and so colorful. Thank you. Yeah, hi Becca. Welcome in, bestie. So happy to have you here. You look, you and me both, friend. You missed my long story of triumph. If you want to hear that and see my Notion calendar and how chaotic it is, go back to the beginning of this recording and just have a good old time with that. Love the pretty colors. Yes. Becca, your newsletter. Yes. If you don't know, Becca has a newsletter over on Substack. It's called In the Margins, Between the Margins. Don't get I'm be mixing up my there's a lot of podcasts and Substacks that I am a part of, but I think it's In the Margins over on Substack. Go subscribe. Yes, we love color coding. Thank you. Thank you. Honestly, listen, I don't I work best in lists, so needs to either go left to right or from top to bottom. Whatever I'm using, like if anything goes in any other direction, it does not work for my brain chronologically with an outline. It has to go either left to right or top to bottom. I don't know if anyone else is like that, but do let me know. I can't do any. Well, I guess most things in life when you read they either go left to right or top to bottom. So I don't know if that's a hot take. Maybe it's not at all. Oh, we love you, Becca. And you're just in time because it is time for us to do our second sprint. Even though that says sprint number one, I promise it is sprint number two. We're going to fix that right now. Boop. All right, friends. 40 minutes are on the clock. Best of luck to all of you. And I'll see you in 40 minutes. Hold on, team. I still got Spotify playing in my ears. I got lots happening. I was locked in. Oh my gosh. Also, Becca, that's so exciting. 40 pages left of the draft. That's so fun. So fun. Y'all, I gotta say, we kind of locked in on chapter 20. I have almost gotten, I think I'm almost done with chapter 20, which is a big feat because chapter 20 was like, at this point now, it's 3,600 words, 3,651 to be exact. So like that's a lot of moving and shaking on this chapter, which I am pretty happy about. I'm actually, am I almost to the end? No, I'm not almost to the end. Let's see. Let's see how much I did today. Oh, we did almost 2,000 words on stream or sprints, whatever. So about we revised about 1,000 words per sprint if you average it out. So okay. Becca was locked in and inching along. We love to see it. Got through 3 chapters and spent a lot of time carefully crafting a delicate rejection of a suggestion. We love a delicate rejection. Yes, congrats. Also, everyone, this is our first time doing this. So I hope you're all still here and I hope you're all still listening because this is our first ever mic drop moment. Okay. Now, if weren't here last week and you don't know what this is, every single week we're going to share the best line that we wrote either that week or you can share the best line that you wrote today. It's dealer's choice. And for me, I'm going to read the last paragraph that I was just revising because I kind of feel like it's a slay. I really enjoy it. So while I'm doing that, I need you all to go and find your mic drop moment, your best line of the week or the day, and share it in the chat so I can hype you up before we get out of here for the day. Let's see. Yes, mic drop moment, new segment unlocked. Exactly. Sorry, I'm looking for my passage here. All right. Amazing. Okay. So here is my passage from where's my chat so I can see. Okay, there we go. Here's my passage for today. And this is a moment between Andrew and his neighbor who is telling him about his house currently that he's living in, right? Um I'll go ahead and just read the neighbor's line as an intro into this little passage. Here we go. You just get a little audiobook moment today. Now, this is all speculation, Sandra starts as a disclaimer, but there's a legend that's been passed down through my family over the years about that house being haunted. Haunted. 2 syllables with a hell of a lot of weight. Before moving here, I would have laughed in the face of anyone who claimed ghosts were real. I've always believed everything can whoa. I've always believed everything considered paranormal could be explained away with science and logic, fact versus fiction. But sitting here now, there's a small seed of doubt that makes me almost believe her, and for a moment makes me afraid to know what she's going to say next. I'll say afraid to hear, actually. I don't know why I said no. But anyway, that's your little audiobook moment from me today. Actually, that's a lie. I wrote a line the other day. I gotta see if I can find it. But I'm gonna give y'all time to share your lines while I'm looking for this. Uh, it was after the foot boo boo. Oh, yes. This little snippet that I added on this draft actually came from some knowledge from one of my beta readers. So, Brooke, if you're in the chat currently, you're one of your little psychology notes that you added inspired this next little section. So, let's see, where is it at? Where's it at? Where's it at? Okay, so this is after. Okay, okay, okay. Ooh, okay. Y'all are really about to get an audiobook moment. Okay. Y'all are really about to get an audiobook moment. And then as soon as I'm done with this, I'm going to read all of your audiobook moments and then we're going to get out of here. Okay. Are you ready? So this is after Andrew just stepped in a pile of glass. And that's all you get to know. That's your only context. I hop on my good foot into Thomas's bathroom, careful to dodge the glass still neatly piled just outside the door. A pinched groan escapes me as I lower myself to the edge of the tub, careful not to sling blood on the walls as I lift my legs and place them inside. I twist the metal knob on the wall. The shock of cold water washes over the wounded foot, sending rivers of red racing towards the drain. My body jolts, bracing for the sting that slowly fades as the water turns warm. I hunch forward, pressing my face into my palms, letting the tips of my fingers comb through my hair. Air fights its way into my lungs, threatening to come out as a scream. It would feel so good to scream. Between Thomas's judgy principle, my aching bones, and the slices running along the bottom of my foot, it all just feels like too much. But I can't scream. I have to hold it together because if I don't, what would Thomas think of me? Since screaming wasn't an option, sleep was the next best thing. And since move in day, all I've wanted to do is sleep, but I can't. Why is that? Mr. Protector, I hear my wife's voice in my head. Mr. Protector, I whisper back. Over the entire 9 months and 1 week of Juliet's pregnancy, she read every parenting book she could get her hands on. I'd been in the office working, and she occasionally stopped by to share a fun fact from her read of the week. One day in particular, she stopped by with a new nickname, Mr. Protector. Apparently, for the father, the instinct to protect comes before the ability to love. From that day on, she would randomly slip that nickname in our conversations until it became a bit of an inside joke. While that name is attached to the person I loved most in this world, it's also planted a fear in me that I've never quite been able to shake. What if I never left the protection phase of being a father, and that's what has led us here to this cycle of change I've forced us into. And sometimes I stop and wonder if I'm protecting him because I love him or because he's mine. So, yeah, Brooke, if you're in the chat, you inspired that whole new section that I added a couple days ago. I think it was Thursday I wrote that. So, yeah, anyways, now I get to share all of your beautiful words. Here we go. Here we go. All right, from Malin. Wait, make sure I'm not missing any. Up here, up here, up here. Okay, I think Malin was the first one that I see. Okay, here we go. We once bonded over the fact that neither of our families cared for us. There was a kinship there, an understanding of the same coldness that we had both experienced as children. Snap Smolin, thank you so much for sharing your mic drop moment this week. That was a slay. Okay, from Katie. Does he really wish to grant him peace and forgiveness? The thought turns her stomach and her vision tunnels. She wonders how many Hail Marys would be needed if she vomited all over the altar. Snaps for Katie for her mic drop moment. Yes, that was so good. Throwing up on the altar. That is an image. And you know what? I've been there. I get it. J.K. Lambeau, his gaze traveled to the piano sitting in the corner of his room, collecting dust for who knew how long, maybe 2, 3 years, but who was counting? Sheet music laid untouched on the stand. The thought bringing a soft sigh. He remembered the piece like it was yesterday. A jolt of electricity has soared through his chest, spending hours upon hours searching for the perfect piece to play. J.K. Lambo, I love that. Loved all the pianos and the sheet music as a former music person. Just love that visual. Slay. Snaps for you as well. Chills on my seat. I knew what you meant. On the edge of your seat. Both were issues they didn't speak of because if they had said it out loud, it would be real, and there was no point in making it real. Ooh, Heather, love snaps for you, Heather. There's no point to making it real. T. From Yvonne, we have the theme of my upcoming novel is written on my back cover. A man must break through the dark soil in his soul to grow into the person he's meant to be. Wow. Wow. Let's read that again for the class. A man must break through the dark soil of his soul to grow into the person he's meant to be. That's beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. Oh my gosh. Y'all are so sweet. Thank you. Oh my gosh, I'm just seeing all of these. Thank you. Thank you. I'm actually like really kind of like eating it up with some of these lines. And like, I think with this book, I've really found my this book and Project Purple, I've really found my interiority flow, I think, where I'm giving just enough like scene direction so you know what's happening, but also adding in those things that care because I mean it's first person. Like it's obviously I, me, we, she, Wombo, you know what I'm saying? And so like it's very much I'm adding a lot of their isms in now. Like they're very clear as people to me. So it's very fun to get to add all these like thought spirals that they have, like that one that I just shared. So yeah. Okay. Let's see. Make sure I didn't miss anything. Oh, we have another line from J.K. Limbo because we're scratching the first one. Sorry that I missed that. So I'll read this. Now, everything was so complicated. Sure, he had friends. Sure, he had a woman he pictured living the rest of his life with. But he was still keeping this secret from her, still hoping she wouldn't find out, still hoping Tiwa would keep his secret. And that's the T. That's the T. Yes, love that. And I especially yeah, a character thought spiral. Truly. Thank you. Thank you. I'm going to do it every week. At the end of every live stream, I want to do a mic drop session. So during this next week, before we get to next Saturday, before we all meet again, all of your homework is to get your mic drop moment ready for next Saturday. Please and thank you. Which does mean that you have to write this week. So that is your second homework assignment. And you all know what to do, and I need you to go forth and prosper. Can you do that for me? Thumbs up in the chat if you can go forth and prosper, and you can write words this week or snaps. Really, just any hand emoji. You can even flip me off if you want to. I won't be. It won't hurt my feelings. But drop those emojis if you're gonna be working in the chat. Amazing. Oh boo! Yeah, I know the time has come for us to go, but I know you're all going to go forth and you're going to be doing things. Dead after Monday. Oh yeah. You know what? That's fine. Katie, you have a pass because you're on deadline. So you're gonna. I know you probably have many more hours of writing ahead of you. So, Katie, any words that you write between this moment and your deadline, you can use those. You can use those for next week. Okay, you get a free pass. Thank you so much. Okay, love you all so much, and I'll see you next week. Bye.